What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing loan report number 2 of the 2020-21 season. Before I crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We've smashed past 16,000 subscribers, so thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated by me. We've got 17,000 subscribers in our sites now, so if you are enjoying the content, plenty of Manchester City and football content to come, then do subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below of what you've made of these players' performances out on loan. So without further ado, we're going to crack on with this video, and I've added another name. I did mention at the end of loan report number 1 the players I was going to be covering in this video, but I've added another player, and we're going to speak about that player right now. It comes in the form of Diego Rosa. He's out on loan at Lommel SK. He joined them in February, right at the beginning of February, so he's only made 4 appearances for them so far. It's been total of 17% of possible features, but like I said, it's too early to tell with how he's going to perform at Lommel and how he's doing, because he's literally only just joined them. So I was just doing a little bit of research on this loan deal. I couldn't find anywhere whether this is just a loan deal until the end of the season or whether it's an 18-month loan deal. It has been tooted about being an 18-month loan deal. He was expected to join either Troyes in France or Girona in Spain. Instead, he's joined Lommel in Belgium, who are of course part of the CFG, and Rosa was a signing by the CFG, so he can be utilised by them. I reckon this is probably an 18-month loan deal to Lommel SK in Belgium, so I imagine when I do my loan reports at around this time next year, then I'll be able to give more clarity about just how good Diego Rosa has been. The CFG, of course, signed Rosa for, it's believed to be anywhere between £3 and £5 million, with add-ons and everything that can rise well up north of £15 million. We signed him from Brazilian side Grêmio, and he's never made a senior appearance for them, so looking forward to seeing what the 18-year-old central midfielder from Brazil can do. Now, moving on to our next player, takes us on to Luka Ilich. He plays for FC Twente for this season. He's been out on loan there, the 21-year-old Serbian attacking midfielder. He has started in around 48% of games for FC Twente this season. That's 18 appearances, scoring 2 goals and assisting another 2 as well. So not too bad. I sense probably another loan for Luka Ilic though next season. Where that will be, who knows. So yeah, moving on to our next player, Pablo Moreno. I know quite a few people are interested in Moreno and his progress. He's been out on loan at Girona. He's the 18-year-old Spanish striker that we brought in last summer from Juventus. Made 22 appearances, assisting none and scoring just 2 goals, and started in just 27% of games for the Spanish second division side. With stats like that, and in the Spanish second division as well, it's a little bit underwhelming. I had high hopes for Pablo Moreno, of him setting the second division of the Spanish leagues, setting it alight and putting himself into strong contention about maybe not coming back to Manchester City and competing for a first-team squad, but certainly looking for a loan next season, which would really kick him on a really good quality club in a high-quality league. No offence to Girona and no offence to the Spanish second division, but I can think of more competitive leagues that we could get some really good football out of Moreno. But if he's not starting for them and he's scoring 2 goals in 22 appearances for a striker as well, yeah, so just wanted to, he's young. I just want to put out a little disclaimer there. I reckon he would suit Manchester City's youth academy. I reckon he'd slot him really well for the EDS. Look at how Liam Delap is performing. Obviously not being out on loan, can't prove himself, but because he's setting it alight, he would be set for a loan to a high quality club. And I feel like bring Moreno in, give him a season or 2 in the City academy. We've got lots of fantastic facilities. See how he develops, see how he does for us, and then take it from there. I think that would be a really wise move, but I reckon he'll probably end up out on loan instead. So I would like to know your thoughts of that in the comments below. Now, moving on to our next player, we've got an update on Aro Muric. I will mention his antics in just one moment on the during the international break, but he's been out on loan at Willem II. He went out on loan into the Netherlands in January after spending the first half of the season on loan at Girona. I did mention in my last video how Girona, in my opinion, are very underwhelming and underutilising Manchester City's young players. Pablo Moreno is becoming another player just like that that's obviously wasn't utilised. We've had Aro Muric as well, Yankuto that we mentioned in our last video as well. That's three players, in my opinion, really good players that have headed out on loan to Girona that's just not been utilised and it just hasn't worked. I would seriously contemplate about us sending players out on loan to Girona next season because they're not being utilised. It's not good for their development. These are Manchester City players that we want to be getting as much first team football as possible and getting as much experience from their loans as possible, and the players that we sent out on loan at this moment in time to Girona, that hasn't happened. So I would have a look at that partnership and us sending players out on loan to them. Maybe just happy for Girona to go their own way, make their own signings and do things that way instead. I don't know. So, yeah, Aro Muric, he headed out instead to the Netherlands in January instead to go and play for Willem II. During this spell in the Spanish second division, he made only 2 appearances, conceding 3. Like I said, waste of loan, so he's headed out on Holland instead. The Swiss-born Kosovo international goalkeeper, he's then started every single game for Willem II, playing in 7 games and conceding 14. It's not great stats. That could be down to the team. I'm not too sure. I'm no experts on them, but at least he's playing regular football, which will be good for his development. He's kept a couple of clean sheets as well, so it's not all bad. It's just, it seems like when he is conceding, he's conceding maybe 3 or 4 goals in a game, and when he's not conceding, he's keeping clean sheets. So I'm not sure. I feel like for the best for Aro Muric's career and for his own development, I think a permanent transfer in the summer would really help him. Aro Muric, I didn't think did too bad of a job as City's second choice goalkeeper as well. Ever since then, though, his career's kind of stalled. That bad loan out to Nottingham Forest that just didn't work for him seems to have just done. It just seems to have shattered his confidence, and it is a massive shame to see. He's turned up drunk to the Kosovo national team during this international break, so he's been sent home. So I'm then calling into question his mental health and what's going on there and stuff. So yeah, in my opinion, it's not good, and I do wish Aro Muric all the best. He needs to stop drinking, needs to get his head in the game, needs to keep working hard, keep doing what he's doing, keeping them clean sheets, get his confidence up. Like I said, a permanent transfer would help him because then he belongs to that club. That club then will utilise him because he's theirs, either for sell-on value to sell him eventually, or they get themselves a fantastic quality goalkeeper. So for the sake of him and his career, permanent transfer for him in the summer would do him, in my opinion, a world of good. But the drinking and turning up drunk to the national team, it's a massive privilege to be playing international football. It's only Kosovo, but do you know what I mean? It's international football. He gets to play on a regular basis, playing against top quality international teams. So yeah, hopefully he can sort himself out, and he isn't going down that path. Instead moving himself towards a clear conscience and a clear head, and head down the right path for the sake of his career, because he's a top quality goalkeeper. Seen it for myself whilst playing for Manchester City, so hopefully City can do everything we can to get him back where he needs to be, and helping him in any which way that we can. So fingers crossed that does happen, because it's sad to see. So I'm wishing Aro Muric all the best there. Now moving on to our final player. It's interesting on this one. Pedro Porro, Sporting Club de Portugal, Sporting Lisbon, where he's headed out on loan. The 21-year-old right-back, making 23 appearances, scoring 3 goals and 1 assist as well for the Portuguese league leaders. He's having a great season for them. Doesn't really need too much for me to add on to that. Now we're in a situation about what do we do with Pedro Porro. I spoke in my last video about Yankuto. Could he potentially get into the Manchester City team? If we're looking at quality right-backs, as far as loan players are concerned, no right-back has had a better season for Manchester City than what Pedro Porro has. And I think he is a fantastic football player. And if we wanted to bring any player back out from loan and promote them to the City first team and compete for a first team place, Pedro Porro would be that. However, João Cancelo and Kyle Walker, two fantastic quality right-backs, he's going to struggle to get minutes. He's going to struggle to feature in and around the team. 21 years old, he would need registering, and so it'd be complicated for that to happen. And so instead, I reckon a permanent transfer. Now, Sporting Lisbon, they have an option to make that deal permanent for, it's believed to be, 8.5 million euros, according to OneFootball in 2020. That's an absolute steal, in my opinion. Now, Manchester City, what they could do is use Pedro Porro as part of a deal to sign Nuno Mendes. He's a player that we have been linked with. He's their young left-back, of course. But I reckon if Pedro Porro does leave, it'd probably be for that option to buy in the summer, and then he'd leave for €8.5 million. Sorry. If Sporting Lisbon choose not to take up that option and City choose to sell Pedro Porro, which right now I think is a really good idea. I don't see what any loan move can do for him going into next season. He's gone to a top quality league, playing for a top quality club, set to win the top division trophy in Portugal, winning their league title. To me, the loan doesn't get any better than that, so the next step is a permanent transfer. And if Sporting Lisbon don't want to take up that option to sign him, I'd sell him to another club. It'll more than likely be to another club in Europe. Sporting Lisbon's got the option to sign him for €8.5 million. If he doesn't go there, I'd be selling him for a little bit more money than that. Like I said, 23 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist, having a great season there. I'd probably be looking to try and get as close maybe to €15 million if he doesn't join Sporting Lisbon, but that does remain to be seen. So there we go. That has been my loan report number 2 of the 2020-21 season for Manchester City players. Do let me know what you made of these players' loan performances in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free. Aiming now for 17k subscribers, and also social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and search for me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. And we'll be back again in a couple of days, so it'll be on Tuesday for loan report number 3, which is featuring Nahuel Bustos, Issa Kabora, Ko Itakura, Yangel Herrera, and Taylor Harwood Bellis. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. I hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you everyone for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.